Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. This bizarre factor could lead XRP to see an insane rally. That is the headline from a brand new piece from newsbtc.com. Now, when I think about articles from newsbtc as well as bitcoinist.com, and there are a few others, I don't necessarily expect to see even a headline that could be notably positive with anything having to do with Ripple or the entire XRP ecosystem, so, not surprisingly, this caught my attention. So what are they actually talking about here? What is this bizarre factor? Well, fear not, I'm going to cover that in this video, but not just that. I've got opinions from all sorts of chart analysts and traders, and it's interesting. Where is the market going? Lots of opinions here. Now, before going any further, if you would please delicately tap that like button, but don't get all smashy with it. Only dorks smash the like button, and you're a cool kid. Prove it by delicately tapping. And also, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, because why the hell not? You don't have anything else to do. You just check it out. It's okay content from time to time. All right, so, and also, actually, I do want to say this, too, since we were talking about price. I state this in every video, but I want to be extra clear right now. I don't have a financial background, okay? Do not buy or sell anything because of anything covered in this video, anything I say or write, period, because that would be stupid, and you're not stupid, you are smart, S-M-R-T. All right, so the market cap for the asset class, time of recording, 252 billion, Bitcoin's at 9,287, XRP's at 23.5 cents, with mostly sideways trading for XRP and Bitcoin over the last 24 hours. Now, this piece that I cited at the beginning, I got this from XRP Twin, so I wanted to give a shout out. Thank you very much, good sir, for sending this my way. It definitely caught my attention here, so I appreciate it. All right, and it begins. It's no secret that XRP has a track record of seeing incredibly poor performance over the past several days and weeks, with the embattled crypto posting fairly inconsistent losses throughout 2019 while struggling to match the massive gains seen by many other major altcoins in 2020. And then, okay, yep, we're on a Bitcoin site. We're absolutely on a Bitcoin site. That's how they start the article. Never mind that pretty much 100% of altcoins went down in terms of percent, just about the same. I'm telling you, that's if you zoom out on a chart for it, if you can see that XRP is correlated to Bitcoin the same as any other coin, but still, that's how they want to frame it because it's newsbtc.com. And then it continues. It is important to note that this lackluster price action may soon be coming to an end, and there's a surprising catalyst that could drive its next major parabolic rally. This covert factor, coupled with an incredibly bullish technical formation that the crypto is currently caught within, suggests that the coming few weeks and months could be incredibly bullish for XRP. At the time of writing, XRP is trading up, just under 1% at its current price of 24 cents, which marks a notable climb from daily lows of just over 23 cents. Of course, as I cited a moment ago, it's at 23.5 cents now. I'm sorry, let me get just a drink of water here real quick. Sorry about that, guys. Moon Lambo, unprofessional. It is important to note that the cryptocurrency is currently trading off of daily highs of 24.5 cents that were set earlier this morning. But its buyers do seem to be firmly in control of its current price action. Now check this out, it's about to get interesting. One factor that could have an impact on the crypto's price action in the near future is the listing of a new contract on popular trading platform BitMEX, which will allow users to long or short XRP using Bitcoin as collateral, and that's the key part. Check this out. This contract, which is referred to as a swap, will be introduced on February 5th. Begsy, a crypto trader on Twitter, explained in a recent tweet that the timing of this contract's launch, coupled with XRP's ongoing attempt to break its multi-year USD downtrend, could mean major volatility is imminent. And here's a quote from Begsy. BitMEX is releasing a contract that allows a user to long or short XRP USD using Bitcoin as collateral. Timing is interesting with how price is breaking out of the downtrend on the United States dollar pair. Indeed. The introduction of a new Bitcoin-based XRP swap on BitMax isn't the only factor that could hold some sway over the crypto's near-term price action, as it also appears to be entering the, quote, spring phase of a wick-off accumulation pattern. And I did mention this part in a video yesterday, but let me just quickly run through it for those that missed it. XRP, once in a while, you gotta stop and look around. You could miss it. Spring it. Trader XO, another respected crypto trader, explained in a tweet. While keeping both these factors in mind, it does appear that XRP is bound to see some significant upside in the near term. Interesting time. So I'd still love to hear, and I got a lot more to cover in this video, so I don't want it to sound like I'm wrapping up or something, but drop a comment below, seriously, because I would love to hear where you think the market's going. Have we seen the lowest price action from XRP that we're going to see in this market cycle, or is it actually going to get worse? I don't know. I'll tell you this. Most analysts out there seem to be thinking more to the upside. But check this out. From A&B Crypto, XRP to witness 5% to 6% decline, followed by sideways in the next 24 hours. So sideways trading is what they're referencing. At press time, XRP was stuck in a consolidation pattern. Breaching this could give XRP the break it has been looking for. The price of XRP is currently 24 cents. That was earlier today, though. It's 23.5. With a market cap of $10.5 billion and just below Ethereum, the second largest cryptocurrency in the world. Let me just scroll down to the bottom. I think they have a conclusion section here. Or maybe it's just daily chart. Maybe that's how I wrapped it up. Oh, wait, here we go. The short-term prospects of XRP look mildly bearish inside of the consolidation pattern. A drop to 22 cents can be expected only if the interim support at 23.6 cents can be breached. The breach of this triangle could go either way. However, the long-term outlook for XRP looks very bullish. A golden crossover could set the record straight for XRP. So long-term bullish. So that's two stories there, bro. How about this, though? Take a look at this. Ooh, gloom and doom from crypto media outlet You Today. Bitcoin price could drop to $2,000 if this Elliott wave analysis is accurate. After an epic monthly close, Bitcoin bulls have every reason to feel complacent. After months of bleeding, Bitcoin seems to be ready for another bull run, the upcoming halving, just around the corner. That said, there are traders who remain extremely bearish on Bitcoin despite its uplifting price rally. Elliott Wave practitioner Henrik Zeberg is convinced that the leading cryptocurrency could drop as low as $2,000 without even reaching $10,000. And that's the tweet on the screen right there. And he writes, Bitcoin Wave C in 5 waves should bring us down to 2,000 United States dollars. Often trend line set by wave 2 through 4 gives the bottom of wave 5 through 3. I will eventually buy Bitcoin, but not yet, not yet. ... exclamation point. That's what he wrote. And he's not the only chart analyst that has stated things along these lines. The only other one that immediately pops in my head is Magic, who has stated not that Bitcoin will go that low, but that he can see a path forward for that. And for him, it's about probabilities, and he still believes, the last update that he provided to the public anyway, within the last, week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever it's been, that Bitcoin is still in a major downtrend despite this, I don't know if you want to call it a relief rally, whatever it's been over the last week or two. Despite that, things, he says, not looking so hot. Now, he's not stating something definitively, so if he's wrong, I don't want you to jump down anyone's throat. Not that you should do that anyway, because that's not adult behavior. But, what he's talking about is probabilities. When we're talking about technical analysis, that is what we're talking about. We're not definitively stating this is what's going to happen, outside of some who are willing to make rather specific price predictions, which are always fun to talk about and cover. But generally speaking, as it pertains to technical analysis, it's just about probability of outcomes, and the data that this Henrik guy is looking at and the data that Magic has looked at leads them to believe that there's a good chance Bitcoin's going that low. And so it'll be fun to track, because we'll know. You can go, however, just imagine another 3 or 6 months out, what's the world going to look like in terms of price action for the crypto asset class. We're not going to have to wait that long to find out. But in the meantime, I got to admit, I'm very curious. Because look, and again, like I said, somebody's right, somebody's wrong in terms of what's likely to happen here. But it's not that anybody's stating something definitively. I'll tell you what, the more respected the chart analysts, the less likely they are to make extremely specific predictions. That's what it's been in my experience. It doesn't mean that some won't be willing to talk about ranges of where things are going, which is still seemingly reasonable from my perspective. But that's where we're at right now. So it's fun to watch. But again, like I said, most analysts seem to be rather on the positive side. Take a look at this, for example. Crypto legend Peter Brandt analyzes Bitcoin, Litecoin, and XRP, says early signs suggest Bitcoin will rally much higher than $100,000. Now, I already covered some of what he had said yesterday, pretty much about Bitcoin, but he ended up talking about XRP here. Now, here's where you got to just kind of separate, personal bias versus ability when it comes to trading, because look, he's got over 300,000 followers for a reason, this Peter Brandt guy, right? He's been trading for several decades. He's got a best-selling book on Amazon about trading. I get it. It's highly likely that he really seems to know what he's talking about. He called the height of the Bitcoin bubble in 2017, he called that. So give him credit where it's due, but he is anti-Ripple and he's anti-XRP. And so I hope the bias isn't bleeding through in terms of analysis, and I don't have an indication of that today, that it is. But he's definitely negative, so in terms of Ripple and XRP. So let me just go down here, because even if he's great at technical analysis, I'm still happy to question his analysis when it comes to fundamentals, which is very different. All right, I think that he's got opinions, and I'll tell you what, I don't think that he's researching XRP on a daily basis, and I don't know that he's fully versed on conceptually why it makes sense to have a cryptocurrency positioned as a bridge currency, but not just any cryptocurrency, a cryptocurrency with an open market value that is completely decentralized. And so let me scroll down. Where was the part? There was a part down here I really wanted to jump in at. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Yeah, here it is. It's at the bottom. Okay. As for XRP, Brandt says he often hears from investors who closely follow the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap. Although Brandt says XRP may prove to be a, quote, boomer and rise exponentially in value, he stresses his belief that Bitcoin is the real crypto asset to watch. And I'll read a quote in just a second here, but I do want to cite also, in case you missed the video the other day, Peter Brandt has called the bottom for Bitcoin. It's going to be, from his perspective, he absolutely believes that the bottom was around $6,500, and it's just going to go up from here. Now here's the quote on XRP. I know many of you are Ripple fans, XRP fans. I'm sorry, I just can't get all excited about that. I've talked about that in the past with you many times. For me, this is a Bitcoin story. Bitcoin is the legacy coin. I don't want to be sidetracked because I think the granddaddy of them all is going to continue to be Bitcoin. XRP may very well be a boomer, but it's going to be a buster. So my focus will continue to be on Bitcoin, and I'll look at Bitcoin as the litmus test of everything else. And so again, that's his perspective from fundamental, which is interesting because I don't get as much insight from him from a fundamental perspective, because he's a trader, and that's what, when he says stuff, I mean, fine stuff, anything about Ripple and XRP is going to get picked up in crypto media, but most of what's covered has to do with his insight as far as trading. And so everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and we can respectfully disagree. In this case, I just respectfully disagree with him. I think he's wrong the way that he's looking at this, and there are a lot of reasons for that would be outside the scope of this video. But suffice it to say, utility matters. Bitcoin's not getting used for anything. It's a technological dead end unless you can get Lightning Network to work. But even if you can, understand that that's a solution required pre-funding of accounts, which makes it a bit more centralized. And also, Lightning Network works for almost every other cryptocurrency on the planet. It is not unique to Bitcoin. Most people don't even know that. And so why would all this glory just fall to Bitcoin? Make your case. I haven't seen a good one yet. All right, next. Here's a tweet from Crypto Kenny, writes XRP. Doesn't Ripple look like the most perfect falling wedge on the weekly chart? If this thing breaks out, it literally flies. Hashtag XRP, hashtag XRP community, hashtag Ripple. So again, he writes, it literally flies. No. It figuratively flies. It figuratively flies. All right, there we go. It's all good fun. All right, from Lub Crypto. Another condition for a confirmation of a sustainable bull rally. Volume, he writes, not looking great just yet. Pump it, XRP. And then somebody responded, you're comparing volume and just Poloniex. Look at the total market cap for XRP. To which Lub Crypto responded, indeed, good point. Nevertheless, I'd like to see XRP trading volume ramp up on the individual exchanges. All major exchanges where XRP is trading need an uptick in volume. And next, another one from Love Crypto. If you think that the 2017 crypto bull run was akin to the dot-com bubble, think again. The crypto markets and crypto assets remain mostly unknown and unspoken about the vast majority of the entire globe. We are nowhere close to a bubble. The 2020 to 2022 bull run will dwarf 2017. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I can get on board with the concept of a bubble that was bigger than what previously happened, in late 2017 and early 2018, but even then, that was a bubble. Understand that as far as the definition of a bubble, you can look at a chart and figure out if something is likely a bubble or not. It's not necessarily about the dollars involved in whatever asset it is that you're discussing. It's about is something ridiculously overvalued regardless of how much money is actually in it on the whole, regardless of the net inflow of cash or the market cap. That's what we're talking about here. And so are we going to see a bubble again? Because I'm telling you, that was a bubble. Some disagreed with me back when it was happening. I'm like, no, guys, this is a bubble. And I was stating it then. I was public about it too. And that was before I even had my channel. I was even just talking on Twitter. But I was right. It was a bubble. It did pop, and it's going to inflate again as it has done many times. I'll predict that. I don't make price predictions, but I will predict that. And don't buy or sell because of that. To be clear, but I do anticipate that's going to happen. So, what's interesting though is this is different. As much as I like to draw the parallel of the dot-com boom and bust versus what's happening in crypto, and there are a ton of very notable parallels. It's also true that there was one big run-up, one massive bubble with the dot-com boom and bust, and that was pretty much it. But with crypto, for over a decade, it's been boom and bust cycle, boom and bust cycle, boom and bust, and we're talking bubble, and they keep deflating. But why do they keep reinflating? Well, it's because there is something to this, and humans just haven't figured it all out yet. That's the closest answer I can get to this point. But given that I know people still haven't figured this out, and I know there's tremendous staying power for the asset class, I feel very confident that there's going to be another massive rally. And I don't know that there's going to be one to end them all. So as much as it's fun to draw these parallels, I did want to kind of just point out just my opinion. I don't know if I've ever really stated this on the channel necessarily. I don't know if there's going to be one bubble to rule them all, so to speak. Well, at some point people are going to figure this out, and maybe there will be. And maybe after this massive bubble in theory, okay, people now just understand which coins have true value, and we're going to treat this asset class with less frenzy in terms of the buying and selling, and maybe, I don't know. Is it going to be that clean a cut of a breaking point to where people start behaving differently around it, as happened with the dot-com boom and bust? I can't answer that, but it's going to be fun to keep living life and figure out what the answer is. Let's just keep watching. Another tweet from Love Crypto. You will know that cryptocurrency made it, i.e. revolutionized the global financial system, when people start counting the worth of the United States dollar in terms of Satoshi/XRPs rather than how many United States dollars in Bitcoin, in a Bitcoin/XRP. Well, maybe. See, when you're talking about that, though, and it's okay to have that opinion, it's not like it's some crazy point of view, but that assumes that the metric you're tracking for success would likely, I presume, require by necessity the adoption of a cryptocurrency in place of retail purchases, in place of fiat currency for retail purchases. And I don't know that that's the case. I think that you could have, even if XRP were the only coin to have utility, eventually people just figured it out, and that's where all the money went. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if that were the case, well, if XRP is not being positioned to be used in the world of retail, then counting it versus pegging it against whatever in terms of the way you're analyzing it, I don't know that that's going to be necessary. You could still compare it in terms of U.S. dollars, and there could still be tremendous financial success. So, I don't know. I think that I get what he's saying, though. I think that if there were this retail adoption, using cryptocurrencies in place of fiat, then maybe that would be likely, and that could be an indicator in and of itself, fine. But I don't think that that's necessarily what you have to measure this all by. I think that you can have tremendous, clear adoption where, hey, there's staying power, there's tremendous success here, without what he's citing here necessarily being the case, but I'm not saying he's flat out wrong. It's still worth being aware of this. I'm just sharing my opinion because I like to critically think through stuff. That's it. All right, next from Patty Stash. You ever just look at a chart and go, this sucker looks like it's ready to pop? I get that from ETH/BTC here now. The way the moving averages are all supporting so nicely, push past the red line and I'll do a backflip out the window into the pool and videotape it. Maybe. Fair enough. All right, last tweet for this video from Patty Stash again. I smell optimism in the air for the first time in over 2 years. The extended consolidation is winding down. Cheers to a bullish 2020 and beyond with 3 rocket emojis. Hashtag Bitcoin, hashtag crypto. That is it for this video, but thank you so much for stopping by, and please feel free to drop a comment below. I really do love hearing from everybody. I love diversity of thought, so if you think I'm right about anything I said here or wrong, I still love to hear. I don't get offended when people hold a position or an opinion that is different than my own. To me, it's engaging and fun as long as people aren't being nasty. So anyway, I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!